back, and today I'm going to be making a guide about battle events in School of Dragons. So I have made a video like this before, actually quite a while ago, I don't honestly remember, but the point is, in that video, I was obviously talking about everything up until that point, but a few months later we had a new dragon come, which basically became the king of battle events, and was better than both of the other two that I was talking about, and it was just annoying to me that, like, the two videos which are very, like, important, that are two videos, it's not just one thing, so I want to make this, like, ultimate guide, in which basically I'm just showing you everything that we know this far. You know, maybe there will be a better dragon eventually for battle events, but right now we have 3 dragons, so we're gonna start with the Skaldron, which is this dragon right here. Also, a little bit of information about battle events before I start. So they happen every single hour, you can only play them if you're in multiplayer. Right now I'm in single player, but when you do turn on multiplayer, you will have a little countdown, oh yeah, over here, and basically battle events happen every single hour, so you will have plenty of time to try and practice. Battle events are basically the best way to get gems. I get most of my gems from them. There are also 2 tactics to do battle events, so the first one is the back and forth tactic, which now I'm gonna talk about because it's with the Skaldron, and the other one is the camping tactic. So, in battle events, right now, the ship can actually come from 2 places. This kind of changes all the time. Like, I know for most of the time, the ship comes from this side. And for a long time that I've been playing, the ship would only come on this side. But then every few months, they would just make the ship sometimes come from this side as well, and then they would remove it. I honestly don't know, is that a glitch? Can they just not decide where they want the ship to come from? It's just so much harder when the ship comes from this side. It's harder in both tactics, but in this tactic, basically the Skaldron, you need to wait over here. The ship will come, you shoot out the 14 shots. This is basically why the Skaldron is so good at at this tactic in battle events. It's because it has 14 of these, and it actually shoots them pretty quickly. And also, it can shoot the ship from quite far away. I know with some dragons you literally need to kiss the ship's ass before you can shoot at it, but with the Skaldron you can shoot from very far away, so that's good. And basically, when your dragon is completely out of shots, you come like this, you just spin around, it's gonna recharge. With some dragons, it recharges slower. With the Skaldron, it recharges very fast, so you can just do a very, narrow turn, and you go back to the ship. It is just annoying because this is so far away. School of Dragons you can either play on computer or phone, and this is the tactic that I definitely recommend if you're playing on your computer, because it's way easier than with the camping tactic in which you need to aim. And also the Skaldron has one advantage if the ship is coming from this side. So as I said, the Skaldron can shoot the ship from quite far away. So over here you can just stand at the recharge point, and for quite a decent amount of time you can just shoot at the ship and don't need to aim at all. You just need to make sure that you're in the recharge spot area. It's way better to go a little bit more down because then you're closer to the ship, but you still need to be close enough that it recharges immediately. So right here, this is a very nice spot for the Skaldron. Then when the ship is out of range, you go after it, you just kind of stand there and just press F until it's completely out of all of the shots, and then you continue, go back to the recharge station, spin around, go back to the ship, rinse and repeat. It is very repetitive and kind of mind-numbing. I mean, this is the way more simple tactic out of the two, which is why I want to show it first, because this is definitely the more beginner-friendly one. The dragon that I'm showing you right now is actually a Titan, but with battle events, Titans don't make almost any difference. The Skaldron should be able to get you gold basically every time. I feel like the only times I have ever gotten silver with a Skaldron, it's basically when all of the first places are filled with people who have Thunderdrums or Sea Stormers. And we move on to the Thunderdrum. So this used to be the best battle event dragon until the Sea Stormer came. And honestly, I'm not gonna complain because I don't particularly love the design of this dragon, but as a battle event dragon, it is undeniably good. So for the camping tactic, as I've already said, it's way harder on your computer than on your phone. It mostly actually goes for the Thunderdrum. With the Sea Stormer, you can actually do it on the computer, but with the Thunderdrum, just look at this. So it fires very randomly. Like it's not too straightforward. Like you can really get either like here or here. You just kind of need to learn how to aim, and like you basically need to press S in different times and just like make the Thunderdrum go a little bit more down. But you know, it's possible, but why bother? But every single one of these dragons is gonna have more trouble if the ship is coming from this side than if it's coming from here, because here, the respawn point is way closer to the ship overall. But if you're here, you just kinda need to position yourself nicely, you know, quite close to the wall. I mean, it's not like everybody was using this dragon for no reason. Do keep in mind the pricing for these dragons though, because it's quite different. The Skaldron has like this kind of medium price. The Thunderdrum is one of the cheapest, this is like the cheapest a dragon can get. And the Sea Stormer, it's a little bit pricey. You know, if you're just picking a dragon for battle events, I guess the Thunderdrum is just fine because it's cheap and it does its job. But I feel like the Sea Stormer is just an amazing dragon overall. I mean, it's in my top 10, and the Skaldron is pretty. And also, I have to say, it's so funny to me how all three of the battle event dragons are title class. Like, why? And now the Sea Stormer, the whole reason why I had to remake this guide in the first place. So this dragon takes the crown and just became the best battle event dragon. It was so honestly crazy when I went to try this new dragon in battle events, like, oh, let's see how it's gonna do. And I just got like gold, one of the highest places. I was just like, what have we got here? It's great doing battle events with this dragon, even though, like, I think I've kind of forgotten how to do it on computer at this point. I only play battle events on my phone. But this dragon, it will always get you gold. Like, I have never, with this tactic, with the Sea Stormer, gotten anything but gold. It is so reliable. I would say that if you're a beginner, maybe then get a Skaldron, try the easier tactic, you know, do that for a while, and eventually you can move on to this tactic, or you can just immediately try this, there's no problem with that either. The only real problem with the back and forth tactic, except the fact that it's kind of mind-numbing, but that can sometimes be good, you know, if you don't want to focus too much, just you do the back and forth, no problem. But the only real problem with it is that if there's a bunch of players who come with either like Sea Stormers or Thunderdrums, you could potentially get silver because the Sea Stormer and Thunderdrum are almost always gonna get more points than the Skaldron. And main thing is just practice. I mean, the back and forth tactic, you don't really need to practice much, but the camping tactic is something you learn, and once you learn it, you're gonna do pretty fine. just don't get discouraged. I mean, battle events literally come every single hour. You have plenty of tries. I also want to show you what you get in these gold mystery box tickets. The Snuggle Talk event has just passed, so I didn't start collecting them yet, so I only have one, sorry. But let's just see what we get. Yeah, you either get gold, but most of the times you're gonna get like around 50 gems, so this is truly the best way to get gems in School of Dragons. I have a whole playlist of videos where I'm opening battle event chests, so if you're wondering what exactly can you get in them, you can watch those. Basically, every now and then you can even get a dragon egg, even though those are gonna be the, not the best dragons. You can get dragon stables every now and then, but mostly gems. I mean, if you have membership, you can always do those quests with like either Toothless or Toothless and the Light Fury that give you gems, but if you don't, this is the best way. I mean, this is how I get most of my gems anyways. I really hope this guide was useful. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments. And yeah, that's really pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.